Welcome to the Brainiate Show, where we talk about all things Salesforce, sharing the coolest features, solutions, and best practices to turn you into a Salesforce rock star. Here's your host, former attorney turned Salesforce consultant and trainer, David Giller.
So here we are in Salesforce. This is my demo org. So all of the data that you see here is completely fake. So what you can see over here, and there's nothing magical about this report. I can even show you here. I'll go ahead and click on any random report. It really does not matter. And whatever report I look at, come on, Salesforce, keep up with me. And whatever report I look at, I can now see over here that there is a pencil icon. See that when I hover over a lot of these cells. So not necessarily all. In this particular report, there happen to be a lot of cells that I can edit. So you can see here, state province is shown with a padlock in gray. So it's not editable. But if, let's say, I am looking at this report and I realize, oh, wait a minute, this lead, Frank Sinatra, is showing in the lead status of open contacted. So what is it that we have to do before this release? Before this release, basically, we would have to go over here, Frank Sinatra, open it in a new tab. We then open it over here. We have to either click on edit, or we can go ahead and click on, if you have path available on the screen, you can go ahead and choose another status and then go here and click mark status as complete. Then you go back to your report and you either refresh the browser or you go and you click over here to rerun the report query, and then it would show up. So that was the way you did it before. With the Winter 22 release, and I'm going to show you soon how to do this. With the Winter 22 release, you can now go to any report, and depending on the field that is being displayed, so there are some limitations. There are certain fields that you cannot edit in the report, but otherwise all of the other fields, you can just go over here. You see the pencil icon, you click into it, and now you can see, because it's a pick list, it's showing as a pick list. So I can see all of the other options that are available. I can then go ahead and hit save and watch what happens. So here, this is a little quirky. So we can see this confirmation notification over here where it says it was updated. But when you look over here on the main portion of the screen, it's, wait a minute, I just updated this guy. Why on earth is he still showing as the status of open contacted? So the quirky thing is, what you still have to do is you still have to either click over here to refresh the report, or you can just go in the browser to refresh it from there. And either way, once it reruns the query, what you're going to see is, come on, you can do it. What you're going to see here now is that record of Frank Sinatra is showing with that updated status. So the one quirky thing is that you have to hit refresh in order to actually see the update. The record did, in fact, get updated, by the way. So if I go over here, for example, and let's now go ahead and change the phone number. So I'm going to put in some random phone number, and I'm going to hit save. And since I have that other tab open, so now you'll see when the page, it sort of looks like it refreshes, but it really didn't. So now the phone number still appears as blank. But if I go into the actual record, since I have it over here, I'm going to now refresh this tab, this window, where I have that Frank Sinatra record open. We're going to see that the phone number field that I just put in of 212 with a whole bunch of twos, it did, in fact, update the record immediately. It's simply the view of the report did not get updated until I hit the refresh button. Then it's going to display in the report. So in case you're wondering how to do this, so this is not turned on by default. This is in beta right now, which means it's only available if you have to raise your hand to Salesforce and say that you want this feature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the link to, hang on, I'm going to share with you the link to this article. I'm going to put it in the comments on YouTube. So you have the link to the article. And basically what you need to do in order to turn it on is you need to open a ticket with Salesforce support, asking them to turn on this feature. Once the feature is turned on, then as you can see over here, let me move it because my floating head is blocking. From setup, you will then go into Quick Find, and when you query for reports and dashboards, you will see an option called Reports and Dashboards Setting. And there will be a checkbox there for enable inline editing in reports. So once you go ahead so first you need to go ahead and log a ticket with Salesforce support, asking them to turn on this feature for you. Once they go ahead and do that, then you go into setup as the admin, you go into this particular section, you populate the checkbox, you hit save, and boom, that's it. It's done. And this is pretty cool stuff. So even though it's a little bit quirky, I'm hoping that it will improve over time. It is in beta. I would totally recommend you go ahead and play around with it. This is the kind of thing where you might want to turn it on in a sandbox, get senior leadership on board with communicating it out to the public in general, to all of your users, then go ahead and turn it on in production and communicate to your users. Going back to the point I made before, if you want to increase user adoption, you need to be really good at communicating to your users about all of the updates that you're making in Salesforce. So then go ahead and show them how it works. Make sure to also show them, similar to the way I just showed you now, that even with it activated, when you go ahead and you make a change to something, yes, you'll get the notification that it got updated, but you still need to hit refresh in order to refresh the screen. But don't worry, the record actually got updated. Anyway, that's it for me on inline editing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.